Well, let's shift focus now to Greenply Industries. The company has commenced manufacturing and commercial production of its functional furniture hardware. Manoj Tulsian, who's the Joint Managing Director and CEO of Greenply Industries, joins us now to talk about that. Mr. Tulsian, good morning and thanks a lot for joining in. If you can just tell me a little bit about this JV, right? What is the investment that you've made? What is the current capacity of the plant? And what is the kind of revenue potential that you're looking at?
Good morning, Sonia, and thank you for having me on the show. First thing first, I think, we congratulated our team because this entire commissioning of this plant took place in a real fast time of just 5 months. So the groundbreaking started in November, and in March, here we are with the commissioning of the line also. In terms of the JV structure, it's a 50-50 JV structure. There is a Turkish partner who holds 50%, Samet, and we hold 50% in this. The board is equally managed. And these Turkish players actually brings in their engineering expertise, and we will bring in our expertise of sales and distribution here. In terms of the total investment, it will happen over 3 phases. Over 3 phases, we'll be closely investing around 250 odd crores between the two partners, and which will have like a 30-70 equity to debt. So at our end, we would be investing around 40 crores of equity in this, and the equal amount will come from our JV partner.
Okay.
And the third phase, I think, will depend on the ramp up of the whole business. But our first target is to complete the entire phase in the next 3 years.
So this functional furniture hardware, right? Can you tell us a little bit about what the opportunity size is here? How big is the market? What kind of growth are you looking at? And generally, how are the margins for this kind of business?
So Sonia, this business again is the high end of the furniture hardware, in terms of the hinges, the slides, the upper mounts. And this business in India will compete to the Hettich and Hafele of the world. Okay, so it's a high EBITDA margin business. The industry size today, the way we look at, is almost around $2 billion. And, it actually today is very similar to the plywood business in terms of the organized and the unorganized share. I think the organized share today is around 20-25%. But the way the upscale is happening on the real estate, in terms of home building, in terms of the customer demand, we feel that this percentage is only going to go up. People are more and more savvy to use good and high engineered products. And this business, we assume that on a full scale can throw a EBITDA margin of anything above 25%.
That's a sort of very good margin that you're talking about. An opportunity size, I mean, the market size is $2 billion, right? Already.
Yes.
These products can be sold through your existing distribution because you got to get this out there as well, right? Or you'll have to build something for this, different from what you already have.
So Prashant, it will be a mix. Okay, for us, it is a similarity in terms of these are also contractor influenced products. So it sells through the same channel, and you will see the new generation of plywood distributors and dealers. The new generation, once they have come, they want to make one-stop shop for selling everything under one roof and umbrella. In which case, our existing dealers are so excited about these products. Even if they are not selling, they want to start this as a dealership. So I would see that maybe 50 to 60% maybe a common dealer where we can get in very easily, and then the rest of the hardware channel, which is already there in the system in trade, is where we have to get in. The other advantage, what clearly we get is, like Greenply 4 years back was only into plywood. We expanded into MDF, and we are running that successfully in the first year itself. Now we are getting into hardware. So, Greenply, the tagline, which says Har Zarurat Ka Reply, we are also trying to create a one-stop shop that we are able to go to an OEM and are able to give them maximum number of products. Today, see, the transactional cost for everyone is very important. If an OEM has to deal with 10 vendors, their transactional cost is very, very high. We are trying to see that, how we can take many solutions to them, and, we save their time and we save overall transaction cost also.
Mr. Tulsian, you said margins can be 25%. What about revenues for you from this business?
See, our ballpark calculation right now, these are estimations which has come from our JV partners. The type of facility what we are talking about, once all the phases are complete, this will give us a capacity on current prices of anything between 750 to 800 crores of top line at 100% capacity.
All right. Hi, Mr. Tulsian. Good speaking to you after a while. Nigel on this side. So basically,
Hi,
this
Nigel.
asset turn is around 3 times, right? The investment. You'll put
Yes.
250 crores and at peak you'll get 750 to 800 crores. Got it. So I think we've spoken enough about this business. Tell us about other trends. How's the plywood business doing? What kind of volume growth will you end up with for FY24? And what about FY25 on whatever you deliver in FY24?
So, Nigel, a few things I think which is worth mentioning. Greenply was trying to do a lot of correction internally into the business, and we have been onto that journey. Plywood volumes during this year, we had given a guidance of 8 to 10% volume growth. We are right now on a 8% plus volume growth. And even for the next few years, I have been giving this guidance that, the volume will grow at anything between 8 to 10%. This is purely on the fact and the belief that, whatever internal corrections which we have done in terms of whether our policies or whether our approach to go-to-market strategies, whether our branding strategies and everything, and the team which is there at present will be able to deliver this type of a volume growth. If you ask me that what is the industry growth, truly speaking, we don't have that numbers. So we are looking at more as an intrinsic growth principle that there is an opportunity. The plywood market today is anything roughly around 13,000 crores. And we are just around, 1,800 to 2,000 crores. So as a leader in the plywood industry, we still have a fair play to improve our volume, And if we get some more support from the government, because the unorganized portion is extremely, extremely high. The GST is today around 18%. And we all understand that the GST collections have picked up like anything. I am believing that, there will be one more level of correction on the GST rates. And if the GST rates are dropped by the government, then possibly the shift from the unorganized to organized will take place.
What is the current GST rate, sir? What is the
18%.
current GST? 18%. And you're expecting it to come down to?
Well, we believe that actually it should be 12%, but
that's on your wish list.
Yes, that's a wish list.
Let's see how much of that comes through. The other smaller part of your business.
Complete the point, if that doesn't happen, we are on the growth trajectory. And I think one more important initiative which the government is taking is the Make in India concept. And the BIS, norms which the government wants to strictly implement into this country. Though there is a deferment which has happened by around 10 to 11 months, but these are very good signs, where that low quality or the substandard plywood will no more sell into this country. The moment these type of reform measures keeps happening, you will definitely see that, all the branded goods players are getting the advantage of the same.
Okay.
And we are prepared to get the larger advantage of the same.
Got it. So that's about plywood. What about the MDF business, the newer part of your business, very small as of now, but how do you see that revenue scaling up? What do you end this year with for FY25 and FY26? Because there's big potential out there as well.
So, Nigel, first thing first, again, we commissioned the plant in 15 months. That was a very stringent target which we took, and we faced some challenges, because there was, when we initiated the journey, there were some pandemic hiccups also which were there. But, God has been kind. We were able to do it in 15 months. The ramp up has been very good. This is the first year of operations. We actually started selling from the month of June itself. Our target was somewhere this year to hit a revenue of 350 crores in the first year. And we are very much on that target. In fact, we'll surpass that target. And next year, we are again looking at this whole turnover to grow by at least 50% from here. We will be able to use around 85-90% of the capacity in year 2.
Just before we let you go, Mr. Tulsian, all of this expansion plan could perhaps put some pressure on your balance sheet, you think? Your gross debt is about 750 crores. But what are you comfortable taking it up to over the next 1 year?
So, Sonia, a few things. I always believe balance sheet management is very, very important. Before we embarked on this journey of growth, the first thing was that we corrected our balance sheet. And we had a cash of around 250 odd crores. which we used as an opportunity to first invest into the MDF plant and then also a plywood plant expansion. So today, if you really see, we are sitting on our India books a debt of around 500 to 550 crore. There's another 200 odd crore of debt which still reflects on the books, but that is with respect to our international business. And that business we have been able to hive off in terms of giving the majority to another set of investors. So 225 crore of debt will no more reflect after March. So it will not even reflect in the March consolidated numbers. So technically speaking, we are now at around, we'll end the year, or we have ended the year maybe around 525, 550 crore of debt, which is around 0.7, 0.75, debt to equity. Our plan is to further strengthen the debt to equity because, with the margins, profitability going up, the net worth will improve significantly in the next 2 years. And we believe that we will bring down the debt at least by 100 crores in the next 2 years. So I think the debt equity will be extremely, extremely comfortable. At any point of time, we don't want to go beyond 0.5 as debt equity.
Okay. Mr. Tulsian, and that 750 to 800 crores at full capacity, which you said from the new business, that is by when, sir? If you can give us a broad timeline.
The capacity, Prashant, I think will be on by in the next, I would say maybe 18 to 24 months.
Okay.
But, this business, it is not so easy to ramp up the business because there are some large players who are sitting there. For us to build up this business, it will take a few years. But, as I said, that the margin profile is extremely good. And the product, the engineering, what we have seen is marvelous. They give a cycle which is even better than some of the other players who are selling into the market, the best names into the country. So we are very, very hopeful that our ramp up will be extremely fast.
All right.
And then we'll grow this business over a period of time.
All right. Wishing you all the best, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. Tulsian, for joining us and talking to us in detail about this new venture and, of course, your existing business on the ply and MDF side as well. Thank you very much.